Hello. I've been asked about character creation in Sims Medieval. Um, we are a little bit more limited, but I have enough resource points to create another sim, so we're going to create a spy. I just click on this icon, tell it, I always do furnished, but you can do unfurnished. Um, so since we need a spy, when you click on Need a New Spy, an option pops up. You can either choose one of the pre-made ones, or you can create one. I always create one. And so we are going to name her. Um, Her name is gonna be Kenna, and let's randomize. Her name is gonna be Kenna Lee. You can adjust the pitch of her voice. I always go for something a little high pitched. Because women should have a high pitched voice. I normally only play female characters. I can choose a skin tone. I think that's too light, so we'll go right there. Underneath the face details for women, it adjusts the blush. And I kind of like that one, so I'm going to stick with that. You can make her look really young, or you can make her look old, but I like the Sims young. In regards of her body modifiers, I can adjust her body weight. I can make her really puny, or I can make her fat. um, I have her muscle size where I can do like no muscle to there. But since she's a spy, we're gonna go ahead and go with that. Underneath her traits, I'll go over each one. Some of the traits are put in because of Pirates and Nobles expansion. So if you don't have this expansion, then you will not see some of those traits. You've got the Adventurous Sims. They are they like to go for adventures. They can go on the boat randomly whenever. They can go into the forest. Any sim can go into the forest, but they get a special buff for doing so. Then you've got Call of the Sea. They don't like staying on land for too long, so every once in a while you have to take her and tell her to go on an adventure using the boat, or they can go fishing. Then you've got the chivalrous Sims. They're kind and courteous. It's really hard to get those Sims to cheat on their spouses or their romantic interests. Then you've got the creative cook. Regardless of what they cook, they like it, and everybody else likes it. There is something that you don't have to have any ingredients for. It's called gruel. Most of the time, the gruel will have a debuff when a sim takes it, unless it's cooked by a creative cook. Then you've got dedicated. They love their jobs. In fact, the spy is a job. It's a hero sim, a sim that I will end up playing at some point. Before I get cut off, this video may have to be broken down in two different parts because I'm going to try to show you guys every aspect of the character creation, showing you all the hairstyles, the clothes, everything. At least that's available for the spy. If y'all want to see more of the hero classes, let me know, and I will be glad to create them and show you guys them when I can. You've got the dedicated Sims. They love their jobs, but a lot of times the dedicated Sim will end up with more responsibilities too. Then you've got the earthy Sims. You can gather herbs while outside, actually, in this game, so that is a cool thing. You can pick like herbs and stuff like that that the spies use. So I should probably give her earthy because she will need it when she's outdoors. She'll need to pick flowers and stuff like that for her tonics. Then you have the eloquent Sims. They are normally really good about convincing, comforting. I would recommend bards have that because they I don't know why, it just seems to fit them really well. Then you have the Entitled Sims, basically. They don't like bland stuff, and the spy would probably not be very good at this because you can't really design their houses. That is a disadvantage. You take the design that's given to you. You can refurnish it, but you can't design it yourself. And you have the evil Sims. She's a spy, so we don't want her too friendly. So she'll probably end up with the evil trait, just because then she'll enjoy pickpocketing, because she can pickpocket, she can threaten people for money and stuff like that. So the evil seems to be a good trait for her. She also, if another sim is upset, she'll laugh about it. Excitable Sims. Goes without saying, excitable Sims, they get excited about everything. Then you've got friendly. Obviously, they love being around with friends. They, if you have a sim that you want to have a lot of friends, there's actually a specific kingdom ambition that I would recommend the queen having that, because the queen needs to be really popular in a specific one. Then you have the fun-loving Sims. They love anything. Almost. I've never had an issue with the fun-loving sim. And you've got the good Sims. Because I chose the evil, I wouldn't be able to choose this anyway. You can actually only choose 2 current traits and then a fatal flaw. I'll go through the fatal flaws in a second. And you've got the greedy Sims. Greedy. They want every little bit of money to themselves. They, if they make money, they're happy with it. And yes, you can make money in here by, my wizard sometimes has to make Mystic Grog and Elixir of Valir, and my blacksmith makes items, and then my merchant actually sells items. I don't have a merchant yet, but I'm going to get one. Then you have a haggler. Hagglers are pretty fun because you get discounts at shops. Literally. I mean, at the village shop you get discounts. Then you have the hopeful orphan. They're kind of neat because they can actually, a hopeful orphan can actually tell their life story to other Sims. And they can actually tell people, ask about other people's parents. And you have the jokester. Naturally, their jokes, they're usually really funny. If I chose that one, I would choose the fool as the current fatal flaw, but because of what her profession actually is, which is spy, then that wouldn't be a good one for her. Loves family. Goes without saying, they love their family. They have a when they're around their kids or their spouses, they get a buff just for being around family. Then you've got the scholarly Sims. These are the Sims that learn everything they can. And actually, skills in this game work a little bit differently than skills in the in Sims 3. Actually, we don't have skills. We don't have we don't have a fishing skill, but you can fish, and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about that or anything like that. Then you've got the solitary Sims. They like to be alone. That usually tends to be a good trait for wizards, because if you go into the medieval times or the roleplay times, or rather roleplay Sims, wizards tend to be alone anyway. But they will get a debuff if they're around other Sims, just because they like being alone. Then you've got the Unkempt Sims. Unkempt, obviously, they don't care about their appearance. Those are the Sims that you will find stinky all the time. Even though you don't have to worry about a hygiene bar in here, it's still, So you don't really have to worry about